Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Tuesday Night Titans review for the 25th of October 1985. We kind of continue that run. I have taken a break from it for a little while. Want to get all 90 plus episodes up, and we're going to focus on that for a little while here. Anyway, Freddie Blassie out with um Nikolai Volkov. Volkov at the time had recently lost a match to Hulk Hogan on the Saturday night's main event deal here. Volkov also out for a enhancement match. Of course, Tuesday Night Titans, as you are well aware if you have listened to this series before, super basic, and the Iron Sheik also in there with Volkov. Volkov, they are hyping his singing of Karamia. Volkov, a good singer. Also, during the interview, Freddie Blassie basically makes fun of people who don't agree with his way of doing things. You see kids with the LJNs in the crowd and all of that. Volkov and Sheik are actually in the squash match here. Um, no, actually, just Volkov, but beating down on Dave Young. Lots of punch kick. Volkov, of course, had done the Mongols thing pretty consistently. Also, Volkov manages to get the pull of the tights backbreaker, and Volkov says that he never really loses in America. And basically, fans are allowed to ask questions, including but not limited to why, if Volkov doesn't like America, he stays here. He basically says because he wins. He never says he doesn't like America. He says he doesn't like Americans. Not a huge difference, but at least for some. The crowd deal there, and remembering that this is 1985 during the Cold War. It's the warming up of the Cold War a little bit. But then we see Bruno Sammartino, who's still on good terms with the WWF at the time. Bruno basically is out talking about lifting weights, talking about various types of therapies, including but not limited to massage therapy. Also highlights with Bruno in a you know Madison Square Garden match from the 70s with Bobby Duncombe Sr. Takedowns, basic hip tosses, and the like. Nothing necessarily worth writing home about. But Bruno is just, over with punches here in the 70s. And I think there's value in that. I think there's value in going back to a time when you can get over holds and you can get over strikes and all of that as though it means something. And I think today's modern wrestlers could learn a lot from not necessarily wrestling the pace of a Bruno Sammartino, but the idea that every strike matters, that you're pacing things at a slower rate. And I think there's still value in that. Can everyone do it? No. Can a lot of people do it more than they do it now? I think things like CM Punk and everything have shown us that. Bruno hasn't really hyped his son in a while here, although he does come back for, I think I don't know that they've done the I know they haven't done the matches with Savage yet. Those were in '86. I don't think they've done the matches with Piper yet either. I think this is around that time, and so Bruno having a short, small club comeback is here as well. We kind of move forward on to the next in run. The Jimmy Hart talking about how the Hart Foundation has given him the microphone as a gift, as a present, has hearts on it, and Jimmy Hart a major force here in 1985. We see an enhancement match for Terry Funk, of all people, and he's taking on against Red Walsh. Terry Funk and Red Walsh, super basic punch kick for Funk. Funk having also done the branding iron thing. Terry Funk, I guess, had left right around this time because I think the Saturday night's main event is late 85, early 86 for Funk, although maybe not. Funk does end up coming back for Mania 2, so maybe my timeline's off there. But needless to say, Terry Funk at the time, uh, something that is missing in today's wrestling again is the believability of a guy like Funk who's willing to just punch and kick his way into credibility. Jimmy Hart also talks about the Hart Foundation and the various other people that he manages. They hype Adrian Adonis and Jimmy Hart doing. He's more the Memphis Jimmy Hart here. He hasn't really gone 100% into the cartoon thing, although I think this presentation of the microphone is probably one of the first times that the run is there. Also daring Lord Alfred Hayes or Vince daring Lord Alfred Hayes to get into things. Hype for the Pile Driver Wrestling album is here. Musicians are here talking about that, just kind of talking about the various cuts on the track, and it's a big thing. And there's 45s, and there's full records, and the lady who Vicky Sue Robinson who sung "Grab Them Cakes with a Junkyard Dog." All that is here. All that is something that people are pretty excited about, to be honest, and valuable. Jimmy Hart, though, claiming that his "Eat Your Heart Out" Rick Springfield is the biggest thing in the or on the album, and certainly I could see where that would be a big deal. Ricky Steamboat out. He's complaining about Jimmy Hart not behaving kindly and ultimately being a pain in the tail, for lack of a better term. And Jimmy Hart basically says that he has to move. Steamboat talking about wanting to wrestle any of Jimmy Hart's men. And then we go into another in the series of things. Steamboat in a squash match against, I believe, Ron Shaw. Steamboat gets taken to the buckle, very basic along the way. I actually like the TNT format, more personality behind the wrestlers than we ever see today, having to actually have conversational nature to the way that they speak versus just promo nature. And I think there'd be something of a return to at least one program on the WWE docket that would be kind of like a TNT style thing where people have to be more human. Steamboat, though, in the meantime, drop kicks and backflips and all of that, deep arm drags, and Steamboat, a major force here in 1985. Obviously Steamboat came in early in the year before WrestleMania 1. I don't believe he starts before the beginning of 85, but again, winning the enhancement match with the crossbody from the top rope, and Steamboat in complete control of his literal and figurative destiny going forward there. Lanny Poffo in the suit of armor cut the promo and a poem there. Jimmy Hart still complaining about not getting enough of a sign of respect from the audience. And then we close the program on that note. I mean, I love the TNT concept in that it's creative, it's different, but also it's something that gets talent over. In any event, we'll be back with more right after this.